Well, the website Florida Media Now reports that for the first time in 9 years, Florida has fallen out of the top 3 destinations nationwide for people seeking a new place to live.
Florida fell to number 4 on the list, behind South Carolina, Texas, and North Carolina. While the numbers still show a continuing increase in Florida's population, the trend of households moving to Florida has steadily declined over the past few years. In 2024, while 50.4% of households moving were inbound to Florida, 49.6% of movers were outbound, representing only a 0.8% actual growth rate during the last year. According to data gathered by Atlas Van Lines, the top 5 reasons given for the decline are the insurance crisis, the increase in natural disasters, the expensive housing market and property taxes, the rapid land development and changing scenery, and population congestion and traffic.
So, Victor, how well has the state legislature dealt with these issues? The insurance crisis, the increase in natural disasters, the expensive housing market, overdevelopment, and the rapidly disappearing environmental features, and the traffic congestion.
Well, I agree. It starts with insurance. I mean, I work for the insurance commissioner's office. My family was in the insurance business. The insurance situation here in Florida, starting with homeowners, is a scandal. I mean, they've had all these sessions. They're bragging about these 10 companies that have come in to take shed policies from citizens. But the fact of the matter is all you need to do, in fact, there was a famous story in the media that on the floor as they passed this bill recently about reforming homeowner insurance, they said, hey, let's get in the insurance business because all you need is a warm body and a checkbook.
The governor said this week that insurance rates are going to go down in Palm Beach and Miami-Dade.
And he was immediately contradicted by the Associated Press and other media offices. That's not true. Patrick Bantega and Lagaceta this week showed the 6 counties, including Hillsborough and Pinellas, where it's actually going to go up by 13%, your insurance bill. It's already sky high, and it's going to get 100 times worse. And it's sad because people can't afford to live here because they have to have insurance.
Hunter, let's go to you. We're running out of time. But what do you make of this study that says that the influx to Florida is slowing down because of these problems?
Insurance is definitely one of the issues, but I'd also like to play the supply and demand game. People came here for the last 4 years on a massive ideological basis and because of the income tax, right? So people didn't just come to Florida because, it was a nice beach destination. It was because that's where they wanted to go. They knew it was a safe place to be. They knew that's where they wanted to raise their families. But we also got to start talking about the infrastructure issues with the massive influx of people in the last 4 years. We got to catch back up. Our roads aren't there yet. Our energy, we're burning through our energy. We're buying energy from out of state. So we got to be able to maintain ourselves. But one very important thing I'd like to mention, it's the supply and demand issue of housing as well. You see a lot of people moving out because they held equity in these homes. And when the homes were bought by a lot of out-of-state money, inflated money, they cashed out. They went to other places that had lower housing costs and they were able to go and enjoy their lives. Like you go to North Carolina, for example, Texas. You can buy a lot more right now for what you sold your house for. So yeah, some people left, but we just have nowhere else to go right now when it comes to infrastructure. But people wanted to go live their lives in other states because they made the money off it.
Kimberly, Democrats have been complaining in the last few sessions that these are the issues that ought to be dealt with in the legislature. But they haven't had much success in doing anything about overdevelopment or, some of the other issues that were mentioned there.
Look, it's a hard problem to solve. First of all, they probably should get some kind of a commission to look at exactly what to do. The move of, I'm someone who moved here from Washington, D.C. To Miami-Dade County. And so I see the influx of people and I see how different the prices were from when I used to kind of look at Zillow back when I was living in DC and comparing what housing was. So they've got to work on this. I do know that the governor wants to reduce property taxes, which might help a little bit. And he wants them to keep looking at this issue of, property insurance and also some of these condo fees that are going on. Everyone knows that it's a problem. Even Republicans, members of the legislature tell me that this is the #1 issue. cost of living that they hear about from their constituents. And so I just don't know that the public blames Republicans for these issues. See what I mean? So I think there's a difference. They sort of see it as an inflation and influx of people problem versus, oh, well, it's the Republicans in charge who are at fault. And there's a lot of components that are adding up to the housing situation that we're seeing now.